In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Let's reread this introduction and pick up where we left off, inshaAllah. This is the addendum to the 14th word. When the earth is shaken with its final earthquake, the verse goes on. This chapter definitely shows us that the earth in its movements and its quaking doesn't just shake on its own. It shakes under a command. It is inspired. It doesn't move randomly. Sometimes it trembles out of obedience. Regarding these recent earthquakes, some answers came to my heart. Spiritual reminders to answer 6 or 7 questions. Let's look at the 6th question. We read 5 of them previously. Question 6. People who are lost in heedlessness, those who don't see the spiritual side of things, spread the idea that earthquakes are just the result of underground mineral shifts. They look at it as a completely accidental natural event with no purpose. They try to show it as if there is no divine intent behind it. Sure, there might be mineral changes, but that's not the whole truth. Our master explains this elsewhere too. Science says there are changes and mixtures happening in the belly of the earth. We know there are 3 layers: the crust, the mantle, and the magma. It's incredibly hot down there, 200,000 degrees. God creates all sorts of activities underground. As a result, He creates movements up here. But there is a law and order to it. They say earthquakes settle down when mountains appear. It's like a boiling pot. If the mountains didn't come out, the earth might spin out of its orbit. The mountains act like nails holding it together. Think of a pressure cooker. That's a beautiful example. Really, it is. When a pressure cooker boils, if the safety valve doesn't open to let steam out, it explodes, right? A disaster. Well, the earth's anger and fury breathe through the vents in the mountains, the volcanoes. It breathes and calms down. When you understand this, you come to faith and say, all wisdom belongs to Allah. It's not an accident, it's a controlled release. But these people, they don't see the spiritual causes. They don't see why it's happening. If they did, they would wake up. They would realize it's connected to human mistakes. Does the materialist explanation have any truth? If you say, can we explain this only with geology? The answer is no. It's nothing but error. To move this massive earth, you need power, knowledge, will, and wisdom. Nature and chance don't have knowledge or power. Relying on them is a mistake. Think about it. Every year, God changes the shirt of the earth, dressing it in millions of plants and flowers. God doesn't leave even a fly's wing to chance. He designs it with wisdom and intent. If He pays that much attention to a fly, do you think He would leave the earth, which is the cradle, the mother, and the home of humanity, to wander aimlessly? Do you think the earth's movements, big or small, happen outside of His will? Impossible. But the all-powerful One hides His hand behind causes. He uses causes as a veil. When He wills an earthquake, He commands a mineral to move or a fault line to break. Scientists say we can't predict exactly when or where. Why? Because it's a boiling cauldron commanded by God. He strikes the match whenever He wants. Listen to this comparison. If a man shoots someone with a rifle, and you ignore the shooter completely but focus only on how the gunpowder exploded and how the trigger mechanism worked, isn't that stupidity? You're ignoring the murderer and violating the rights of the victim. It's exactly the same here. The earth is a ship, a plane, a servant under God's command. God has placed a bomb inside it with wisdom. When He commands fire, to wake up people who have gone astray, to act as if that command doesn't exist and to blame it on nature is the worst kind of foolishness. Now look at the footnote to this question. It's amazing how stubborn people who deny God can be. They want to protect their nature philosophy and stop believers from waking up. It's a strange stupidity. Humanity's rebellion lately has become dark and oppressive. The universe and the elements are angry. God isn't just the creator of earth, He is the Lord of all worlds. He wants to wake humans up from their terrible mistakes. He uses wind, water, storms, and earthquakes, even world wars, to slap humanity in the face. He is showing His wisdom, power, and justice clearly. But what do these foolish human shaped devils say? They say, oh, it's just nature. It's just a metal explosion. It's coincidental. They try to cut the connection with God. They say the sun's heat hit the electricity or its magnetic waves. They make up nonsense to explain away God's warnings. They don't know that causes are just excuses. They are just the veil. Here is another beautiful example. Imagine a pine tree as big as a mountain. To build that tree with all its needles and branches, you'd need a factory the size of a village. But God shows you a tiny seed and says, I made it from this. Now, an atheist points to the seed and says, the tree came from this seed. It's natural. He ignores the thousand miracles required to turn that tiny wood chip into a massive tree. He ignores the Creator. They give a scientific name to a deep, mysterious truth and think they've understood it. They call it photosynthesis, or gravity, or energy. They think by naming it, they've explained it. They make it sound ordinary. Look at the level of stupidity. You could write 100 pages explaining a law of physics, but they just give it a label and say, this is that. They take a law, which is just God's habit, the way God usually does things, and they say, the law did it. A soldier wins a battle. Do you give the medal to the military rule book? Do you say, the regulations defeated the enemy? No. The commander and the soldiers did it. The rule book is just the inventory. Similarly, imagine a master craftsman takes a piece of wood the size of a fingernail and turns it into hundreds of pounds of food and miles of fabric. If someone points to the wood and says, these things naturally came out of this wood piece by chance, they are insulting the craftsman's art. It's the same with the pine tree or the fig tree. The fig tree is a mud eating factory that produces sweet fruit. It's a miracle. Pointing to the seed and saying it came from this is true, but it's not the whole truth. It ignores the miracle. They call the air radio waves and ignore the fact that God uses the air to transport sounds. They call God's blessings nature and cover up the gratitude we owe Him. This is a crime that deserves punishment. Seventh question. Why does this earthquake specifically hit the Muslim people? And why does it target places like Erzincan and Izmir more? The answer. Look at the timing. It happens in the harsh winter, in the dark of night, during the holy 3 months, or specifically Ramadan. It targets a country that sadly hasn't been respecting the sanctity of Ramadan enough. Because people aren't waking up from their spiritual sleep, the shaking continues. It's shaking us to wake us up for prayer. Why specifically places like Erzincan? There are two reasons. First, maybe their mistakes were few, so God wanted to purify them quickly. By shaking them, He cleanses the innocent victims and takes them to His mercy, saving them from the corruption of the world. Second, in those places, perhaps the defenders of the faith were weak or few, and perhaps the enemies of religion, the atheists and materialists, were establishing strong centers of activity there. So God slapped those centers of disbelief first to stop them. God knows the unseen. We only know what He has taught us.